Sony is scared, and I wish I could say that they're scared about all the noise that we're making online, but yeah, I think they are still in the mindset that they're trying to just let it blow over. But that's not what they're scared of. They are scared of the return of the king, and that is physical media. I think we all kind of expected an all digital future at some point. I mean, can you think about a PlayStation 9 still having discs and not being digital only? Like, yeah, I think we can all agree that makes sense. But January 2028, that feels way faster than anybody expected. I think that's something that we're all agreeing on. And the reason for this is clear. It's pure greed. One of the other aspects that Sony is going after is live service. They're trying to rejuvenate the live service industry. And why? Because they want that golden goose cash cow like Fortnite. They're trying to replicate it. They will try to fail 100 times just for that one big win. But you know what else is a giant golden goose egg? It's a digital closed storefront monopoly. And I truly think there's a growing rise in physical media across the board. I mean, the three biggest physical media things I can think of are music, movies, and video games. These are a lot of things that moved over to streaming. I mean, like many others, I grew up physical media only. There was no digital option. And then, for the past 10 years, I too have went full digital. I mean, I was streaming all my music. I stopped buying music. I started streaming all my videos. I got a Plex server set up, and I wasn't buying any physical movies or anime or anything like that. And a lot of my games, I was using Game Pass or just buying digital games. Of course, buying cheap, but a lot of my Switch games, Switch One, the big hitters, big first party ones, I bought digital. And one of the reasons for that is I actually thought that they were going to re-release them on Switch 2, and those would be the definitive versions, which actually happened. So I was pretty happy with that move. But I think there is just a general growing rise in popularity of physical media, but I don't think it's all just like linear. So now we have enough time in the digital age where you've probably experienced a significant portion of your life as physical only and then digital only, and now we have enough data to compare the two. It's now even. Digital had an unfair advantage early on, where like stuff like Netflix, where they were just selling it subscriptions very cheap and it had everything going for it. And now, slowly over time, it experiences that enshittification phase where now there's less content and now they're charging more prices. And myself, like many others, are just getting tired of being nickel and dimed, tired of seeing like, why am I paying for Spotify? It's going up every month when I listen to like the same 10 albums over and over again. I canceled that a long time ago, bought those albums, and never looked back. I'm tired of having so many video streaming services that costs over $100 a month, which is $1,200 a year, when I could just inject $1,200 into physical movies that I'm going to end up wanting to rewatch like over the next 10 years. Like, I'm not going to go the rest of my life without watching Star Wars or Lord of the Rings again. So like, I may as well inject $1,200 a year into a growing physical media library. And I see a lot of general videos about people getting back into retro gaming. They're just tired of modern gaming, and they're picking up PS2s and GameCubes and Game Boys, and it's awesome. But I think with like the physical media, all those separately are niche, but together they're all combined to be physical media. And I think once you get an appreciation for one form of physical media, like with music, a lot of people are vinyl record collectors. And for me, mine was 4K movies. That's what got me back into that. Like the 4K movie physical format is just, it's the best quality over streaming. Like streaming cannot match a 4K disc on the OLED, on like the theater speakers. And that was my gateway back into physical media. And over time, after collecting, 4K movies for 2 years, I'm sitting there looking at the shelf, which I love doing that. And I'm like, wait a minute. I love movies. I love anime. I got my anime collection over on a different shelf over there, off screen. And I'm looking at it and like, I love it. But video games are my biggest hobby. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, why do I have all this representation of movies and anime, which are like my second biggest hobby? But why don't I have the same appreciation for physical video games? And so then I started, buying some more physical games again, getting back into it. I was a huge physical game collector, back in high school, in 360 era, GameCube era, DS. But then that kind of fell off in like the modern era ever since the Xbox One. And so I started getting back into physical game collecting, mainly with Nintendo Switch 2 and other retro stuff. And then like just by doing that, I was like, wait a minute. Why am I even listening to my music digital? I'm tired of always using my smartphone for everything. That's another big thing you can see going on online, is people wanting dedicated devices. I was playing dedicated Game Boy, and then I had my phone. I'm listening to music. I'm like, man, I'm tired of draining my battery on the music. Like I miss having an iPod. I miss having CDs. And so I bought a CD player. I dug out my old CDs. And now it's like I have that appreciation for CD. A lot of people are vinyl records. And I considered going the vinyl record route. I just don't really have like a space I want to make for a vinyl record player. And just like I went CD, and I'm very nostalgic for CDs, right? I found my old iPod, got my iPod out, and it's great. And so like the point of this is whether you're full on physical video games or not, that might not be your gateway back into physical media. It could be music, it could be movies, it could it could be anime, it could be video games. But once you like get that appreciation for one, it's really easy for that to bleed over time into other physical media. And I think given it enough time, we're gonna have more and more people transition back into physical media, and that's what Sony is really scared of. The window is shrinking for their time to make a transition over to an all digital era where they can have that golden goose monopoly. And people are out there defending this like there's no problem, that this is just inevitable and this is just the way it has to be. And when that's not true at all. And once we go to that all digital future for video games, especially like, with Sony, this is going to be a big push. It affects more than just video games. It affects the 4K movies. It affects the anime. And they want everything to be all digital. They want you to own nothing and be happy about it. And once we're in the all digital future, those sales you guys are all talking about, that's not going to happen anymore. Think of the development time for video games right now. We have a very like typical like 8-year development cycle now. And then like, GTA, when GTA 6 comes out, GTA 7 is going to be like another 15 years. And like that's the thing about these long dev cycles, 8 years, 15 years, whatever. Back when it's all physical, there's been so many times my buying habits, I wouldn't buy a game day one because I would know it's like, oh, I could pay $60 for the game day one, but in like 3 months or Black Friday this year, that thing's gonna be down to like 20 or 30 bucks. I can wait. I can be a patient gamer. I can get it done. But these companies probably they hate it. They spent 8 months developing this game, and it's like they only have that small window of time to capitalize on the max amount of profit that they have to sell it for. $60. $60 isn't good enough. They need $70. They need $80. They have to like lock content to make the real game $100. And you think they're gonna want to sell that game on sale for 20 bucks in just like 6 months? As they develop the next game, which is going to take another 8 years? No. In an all-digital environment, they could just control the price and leave it at $80. And if you want to play the game, you have to pay the price of admission. There's no other options. You can't go get it on the secondhand market. You can't get it from Amazon or Best Buy on retail or anything like that. Like, you have to buy it from the store where they're going to get 100% of the profit, and that game is always going to be full price. Yeah, maybe it's going to come down on a sale for like 20% off or something. Nintendo's been doing that for a while on Switch, and that's what's going to happen probably just industry wide when it comes to video games. Like, no one wants to sell their game for less than it's worth. Even if like you made a game right now, you wouldn't want to sell it like on sale. You would want to get the most amount of sales for that price. And when your window is 8 years till the next game, just like there's a lot of time for someone. Like, yeah, they might not get it in the first 6 months, but maybe they'll get it in like 4 years. And so that's why I think it's just funny when people are like, just switch to PC, just switch to PC. It's like that's not helping. That's not helping the case, because that's just telling the industry that digital games are okay, because PC is a fully digital like ecosystem. And then everyone, all the the higher ups that are looking at this like eagle-eye vision on this situation, they're gonna be like, it's not digital that's wrong. It's something wrong with Sony. Like, Sony handled this wrong. It wasn't right. But like, nobody cares about digital games. That's the future. Everyone's migrating to PC. And again, it's still an all digital ecosystem. Steam sales are the best. Why is Steam gonna need to mark down a game for 85% off when the competition, aka the consoles, they're all digital only and they're just all full priced, like at $60 or $70? Why should they do these big sales? And the publishers too, like, why would Capcom or Square Enix or Sega want to sell their games on such a steep sale on PC? Then everyone will migrate to PC. Why would you pay $70 when the game's $15 over here? And then next thing you know, they're making these games for basically $15 a piece. And then there's the other people who are like, well, I can just get the game for free. I'll just pirate the game. It's like, I'm in my 30s. I grew up, I was born before the internet was even out. The internet has been changing nonstop. The internet today is not going to be the internet tomorrow. It's going to change over the next 10 years. It's going to change over the next 20 years. Yeah, like, you can do a lot of this like piracy stuff now, but it's like you think there's not going to be a big fight for that once we get to the all digital future? Absolutely not. Check this out. I don't know if you guys watch anime or not, but like recently major anime streaming sites they were shut down. There's a huge crackdown from like Crunchyroll and Netflix and Disney, and there's massive arrests. The Vietnam authorities, with the help of the U.S. Homeland Security investigations, arrested 7 operators. The network allegedly generated $12 million in ad revenue and hosted more than 26,000 pirated titles across 100 clone websites. And then they also removed 900 automated streaming tools and third-party apps. So, huge crackdown when it comes to anime streaming. You think that's not coming to gaming in the next 10 or 20 years? Once we're all digital, keep those prices high on the storefronts. Oh, I'm just gonna pirate. I'm just gonna pirate. Dude, that is not. I'm not basing my retirement on that plan, right? And then it's like they're gonna try to make that go away. They're gonna try to make that harder, and then the only way you're gonna be able to buy a brand new modern game is going to be full price digital. And physical, like for those who want to like rip games, physical is a big way to rip those games. And so like, yeah, like there's no problem now. PC gaming's great now. It's the land of the free. But the internet's been changing. The internet today has not been the internet of 10 years ago. It's not the internet of 20 years ago, and it's going to keep changing. So even if you're an all-digital gamer or a PC gamer, the existence of physical media helps make that digital ecosystem what it is today. It helps makes those sales, and it's important to keep it around. And once physical media is gone, that's going to change too. And this is a once-in-a-lifetime battle. It's bigger than gaming. You know, it's about movies and music too. It's all about physical media. It's about choices and, you know, secondhand market and ownership. And again, it's just a once in a lifetime battle. So make sure to like the video and subscribe so as many people can see the video and learn the importance of physical media as possible. My last video popped off pretty well. Like, I really appreciate you guys for doing that, for liking and subscribing. And that helped get that one a lot of views. And I wanted to address some big comments on that video right now, because there were a lot of comments on that video, and I didn't want to say the same thing over and over again. But one of the biggest things that I noticed was people were like, you know, you say no disc, no buy, and you're saying to boycott Wolverine. And, you know, again, boycotting Wolverine is to hurt Sony and send them a message. But yeah, there is a disc version of Wolverine, so why not just buy the disc version of Wolverine? Again, physical media is physical media. It's an industry-wide thing. Take that $70. You know what would hurt Sony more than, you know, you buying Wolverine? Because you can buy the physical Wolverine, and Sony's gonna just cook the books, right? You're gonna download the day one update patch, and they're gonna count that as a digital download game, right? Like, Sony fudges the numbers. Like, supporting the physical game on Sony, they're not gonna care. They're gonna just be like, oh, we made our money, it's gonna blow over. No, take that $70, and instead of buying physical Wolverine, buy a physical on-cart Nintendo Switch 2 game. And that's not me fanboying Nintendo Switch 2. Like, where are you gonna buy another physical like game? On Xbox? Good luck. Like, they're for sure going all digital on their next system. Like, Xbox is a lost cause, and PC is all digital, right? So full on cart Nintendo Switch 2. That signals to the industry that we want physical games, full on disc or cart, and it's on a competitor platform from Sony, so that's gonna double hurt Sony. I've also seen, if I'm saying to boycott Wolverine, that I should boycott GTA 6. I'm not buying GTA 6 day one. Are you kidding me? I was hyped for it at one point, but at the same time, that hype died down. It took way too long to come out. This game's probably going to be broken day one. Like, I'm not paying $100 for the full version of the game. It's digital only. You know what else comes out in November, or, you know, all but confirmed? Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. And I absolutely want to. I'm a way bigger Zelda fan than I am a Grand Theft Auto fan. And I also am a way bigger Final Fantasy VII fan than I am a Grand Theft Auto fan. And Final Fantasy VII is probably going to come out in February or March of 2027. And the amount of time I get to play, like GTA 6, like, I don't know. I don't want to spend my whole, like, I don't want to spend my whole winter just playing GTA 6 with the limited amount of game time I have. And I've waited 14 years already. And what? There's probably going to be updates and all that. And I haven't seen news that the game's not even going to hit 60 frames per second, even on a PlayStation 5 Pro. So I'm thinking, like, they're probably going to advertise that the biggest, like, launch title for the PlayStation 6 is going to be Grand Theft Auto 6, like, PlayStation 6 edition. It's just ridiculous. And it's like, the GTA 7 isn't going to come out for, what, 15 years? So it's like, what's the rush to play this game day one? It is the easiest game to not play. And if you're excited about this game and you want to boycott at the same time, just watch a streamer play it. There's going to be big streamers who are going to milk this game, and they're going to buy it and stream it. Just watch someone else play it, and then play it again in 3 years. You're probably never going to get it on sale. But hey, like this is a once in a lifetime battle for to save physical media. Once it's gone, it's gone, and it's like it is so easy to not play Wolverine. It's so easy to not play Grand Theft Auto 6 because this holiday season is packed with games, and I have a packed backlog too, and retro is becoming more and more fun just to engage with, so I will just maybe play a retro game. Like again, you're not going to see on this channel me covering Wolverine or Grand Theft Auto 6, and just the thought of playing those games, I can't even think of just like playing those games and not think about the death of physical media being caused by Sony at the same time. So like I don't know, I think that Grand Theft Auto 6, I think a boycott for that, it it's gonna be, it's such a big game. Like Grand Theft Auto, like as much as like I hate to say because it is an awesome game. Like Grand Theft Auto has always been an awesome game. It's like so big, it's entered that normal casual territory with like sports games and Call of Duty, right? Grand Theft Auto is just gonna like it taps into that same audience as your Call of Duty, as your sport fans, and like yeah, there's still a big place for that game for appreciation of like hardcore gamers and all of that, but I don't know. It's gonna sell so big, no matter what. But so I don't know if that is. I don't know if there's a chance to have a boycott as impactful as something as impact as boycotting Wolverine against Sony. But if you really need to play the game so bad, like get it on Xbox or something. I don't know. But it's all digital anyway. But definitely don't support Sony. And the last thing I want to touch on is there was a comment left on that last video that really stood out to me, was like asking me to shout out the library. And it's really funny because that same day I was actually at the library. We went to my town's farmers market. We went to the library. We found out that there was like a play area for my kids, and we haven't been there before, and like they had a lot of fun playing there. My wife was watching the kids, like they didn't want to leave, so I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna walk around, and I found the games section, and a couple things stood out to me. Was like they had like almost all like the PlayStation 5 games that like I have, like all the big ones. They had like Final Fantasy 7 Remake, they had Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero. I was like, this is really cool, the selection of games they had. They had Xbox One stuff, Nintendo Switch. I didn't see any Nintendo Switch 2, but you know what I did see? They still had Wii games and PlayStation 3 games at my local library that I can go and just check out right now. That is cool as heck. And just like knowing that those big PlayStation 5 games were there, I was just thinking, just like, man, like I'm building up these games and physical media for like eventual retirement. But like, how nice would that be just to like retire and like there's still new games coming out, but I don't want to like budget that into my retirement because there's like $100 games, $80 games. But like, if I wanted to play them, I could check them out at my library. That's so awesome, and that's gonna go away with the death of physical media. And so like, yeah. Also, if you want to play Wolverine, check it out at the library. I'm sure your library is going to have it. They had all the big hitter games. So, or I think you can maybe even request them to get it. So, you can do it that way. That way you're not supporting Sony, or, buy it on the secondhand market or something like that. Just don't support Sony. Definitely don't get it digital. But I don't know. That's just like such a cool aspect. Like I haven't utilized the library for games. I know other people have, and that's just like really cool. And I didn't like think about them like, man, for just like retirement to have that option. And yeah, that's really sad to see that go away. But you ain't going to be able to rent or borrow Grand Theft Auto 6 from the library because it's code in a box. All right, so let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Let's keep fighting, you guys. Again, it's a once in a lifetime thing. Once physical media dies, it's not coming back. There's not going to be a disc drive on the PlayStation 6 for them to even give us the option to bring it back. So whether it's video games or movies or music, support physical media however you choose to engage with it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.